Welcome to There and Back Again, a tale of travel footprints. All you need to know about the travel footprint to and from the workplace in 6 minutes and 40 seconds. I will cover how we travel, how much we travel, and the damage and impacts caused by commuting to work. I will look at what we can do to reduce our impact and some of the benefits of doing things better. Travel, an essential part of the everyday, isn't it? But the average commute soon adds up. A report in 2017 calculated the average employee spends over 10,000 hours across their career commuting and a financial cost of between £50,000 and £150,000. Long commutes have many impacts on the work-life balance, with less time with friends and family, worse performance at work, and the physical and mental impacts on the individual themselves. Across the UK, most people outside London use a car to get to work. On average, each day we spend nearly an hour commuting in the car. Apart from cars, about 10% of people walk to work, another 7% use a bus, and around 3% cycle. The time spent on the roads is gradually rising, with the average commute getting longer each year. For a small island, we travel a lot. In 2018, we collectively travelled over 800 billion passenger kilometres, and 83% of those journeys were in the 38 million cars and vans on the road. People in rural villages and towns were more likely to own a vehicle than those in urban towns and cities. However, as we will see, the greatest damage to human health is when the cars are driven in built-up areas. What are the problems of how we travel? Unfortunately, we already know that air pollution, especially in the towns and cities, increases the risk of heart and lung problems, dementia and mental health problems, and, especially in men, lowers their educational ability. These are our friends and family, our relatives and work colleagues, and the neighbourhoods and communities that we live in. What impact does travelling a mile cause? According to Mike Berners-Lee, the amount of life lost due to air pollution varies by different fuel types in different settings. Congested urban settings are more damaging than rural settings, and diesel vehicles are between 3 and 4 times worse than petrol vehicles. Electric vehicles emit no tailpipe emissions. What does this mean to an average car owner? If a diesel car is driven 5 miles across town to drop the children at school or drive to work, this causes 1 hour of life to be lost from the people in the local neighbourhood. Over a month, 1,000 miles travelled causes 200 hours of life to be lost for each and every diesel car. How much travel does your business generate? These figures are from healthcare and specifically urban general practices. The total distances for both staff and patients travel by car was calculated, and this shows the cumulative distance travelled. The combined distances range from about 50,000 kilometres to about 170,000 kilometres per year for small and large practices respectively. Total miles travelled by all staff and customers or clients are totted up. The average vehicle ownership by fuel type is factored in, and the location of the business accounted for, meaning the total life being lost due to air pollution from the vehicles can be calculated. If the annual total by staff and clients was 100,000 miles, the total life lost would be 400 days each year. So far we have looked at the amount of direct damage done by air pollution from transport to society, but there is a wider problem from carbon emissions contributing to the climate crisis. The carbon footprint of the daily travel to work depends on the mode of travel. Home and remote working have a negligible footprint. Active travel, walking and cycling, are likewise effectively zero carbon. Shared vehicles, trains, buses and cars all have a lower footprint than the worst emitter, single occupancy vehicles. Likewise, the carbon emissions from having a meeting can vary considerably. The least damaging meetings are from the tiny footprint of online or the small footprints from travelling by public transport of buses and trains. Shared cars with 4 people are marginally more carbon intensive, but still worse than single occupancy cars. The most carbon emitting forms of travel is flying, with emissions from business class dwarfing even those from economy class. We have seen the impact, but what can we do about it? What actions can I take as an individual or we as a business to prevent further damage to human, animal or planetary health? This is the low carbon travel hierarchy and lists the most sustainable travel options at the top and the most damaging at the bottom. When thinking about the travel options, some include no travel at all, such as working from home and holding online meetings or video calls with customers and clients. Walking and cycling schemes can be positively promoted, encouraged and incentivised. They need to be led by example and shown to be the standard method of travel. Investing in personalised travel plans helps staff to overcome the barriers needed to help them see alternatives to travel by car, and combining calendars can help encourage and incentivise car sharing. Encouraging travel by public transport through financial incentive and other means can help. This can include the business having a travel plan that all journeys over a set length, for example 30 miles, have to consider public transport options first, and for longer distances, having a policy of no air travel or only economy class if considered absolutely essential. Have you a choice where your facilities or business is located? Can you consider being part of a 20-minute town, so staff and customers are able to reach you within a 20-minute walk rather than needing a car? Can you use your influence to discuss with the local transport providers to ensure they improve their services to you and your business? There are many benefits of taking action for you and your staff, for your customers and clients, for the local neighbourhood and community, and for the whole of society. Some benefits are health related and some are financial for you or your business, and some are the wider environmental benefits. However, there are often co-benefits, so multiple parts of society benefit simultaneously from taking action. For example, walking helps you, your staff and your customers through their physical and mental health. Many diseases such as heart disease or diabetes and some cancers are reduced. Mentally, walking improves sleep and reduces anxiety and depression, and a daily walk reduces the likelihood of developing Alzheimer's. Walking also helps the local environment, and not driving reduces air pollution and carbon dioxide emissions. It also helps improve neighbourhoods, for example teaching children road safety, and enhances the local community through promoting opportunities to talk and interact with each other. It has been calculated that if we only moved 1.7% of people out of cars and onto more active forms of transport, the UK could save £2.5 billion in healthcare costs. Imagine what could be achieved if we could manage 5%, or 10%, or 20%. Improving travel options must be a collective effort for each business owner, each employee, each customer and client, and each member of society to work together to achieve a common goal of clean air to breathe and an active and healthy population. We cannot allow the travel our businesses generate to continue to contribute to poor human and planetary health. Thank you for your time. I'm Dr. Matt Sawyer. Please contact me at csustainability.co.uk. Bye for now.